New details about the man who opened fire on 2 police officers at the Pentagon metro station. The suspect, John Bedell, died after being shot by the officers. Joining us from outside the Pentagon is Caroline Shively, who has her own personal connection to the Pentagon. Her husband works there. Good morning, Caroline.
Good morning to you, Gretchen. Yeah, I've been getting emails from my husband who dropped me off here this morning. He says it's pretty tough to get in there. There are extra layers of security after this horrible shooting last night. This man dressed to the nines in a suit walked up to the guard shack, reached in his pocket. He wasn't going for his ID badge, however. He was going for a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. As you mentioned, he did shoot 2 police officers, but they were grazing wounds. 1 wound in the thigh, 1 wound in the shoulder. 3 police officers, Pentagon police officers, were able to return fire. It was all over in a minute. At the end of that, John Bedell, the suspect, was shot in the head. A few hours later, he died at George Washington Hospital. Big question this morning is what possibly could have been his motive for him to drive here all the way from California and try to do this shootout right at the guard shack. We asked that to the Pentagon police chief. He says they're still looking into it. What they've done is they've brought the FBI into this case, and the FBI has been looking at internet postings, various postings, one found by a J. Patrick Bedell. It wants a noted anarchist to be vindicated. Other postings by the same name say that the person basically has a grudge against the military. He doubts the foundation, the attack of 9/11. A very disturbed individual was making these postings. The FBI has yet to confirm if that is indeed still the same person. You also mentioned Fort Hood. They said since Fort Hood, they knew that all military installations are vulnerable, and they have stepped up their training. But it appears John Bedell acted alone. Listen to the Pentagon police chief.
There is no indication at this point that there are any domestic or international terrorism nexus to this at all. It's probably at this time it appears to be a single individual that had issues.
And that individual certainly had issues. I want to update you on those police officers. Minor wounds. Amazingly, they were shot, able to return fire. They were treated and released last night, resting at home this morning.